especially when we start looking at what happened after Bidvest Wits won the title. There's a lot happening top 8 as well as at the bottom. Good morning to you. This is what we have for you in the sports today. Of too little too late for Highlands Park. Their 2-2 draw against Mamelodi Sundowns is not enough to stop their drop into the National First Division.
Highlands Park going back to the National First Division. Unfortunately, we waited for the dying moment to try to pull it through.
This is it. What a finish from England. What a comeback.
The Proteas stumble in their preparation for the ICC Champions Trophy as they lose the second ODI and the series to England by 2 runs. And Sebastian Vettel extends his lead at the top of the Formula 1 driver standings as he breaks Ferrari's 16-year duck in Monaco with a commanding drive to take the checkered flag.
Sebastian Vettel wins the Monaco Grand Prix. He's back on top of the podium in the Principality. Kimi Raikkonen makes it a Ferrari.
All this and more got for you later on the sports bulletin at about 10:40. For now, it's back to Elvis.
Thank you, Kendall. Top story this hour. The African National Congress will hold a media briefing this afternoon. Now, the aim is to announce the outcomes of the weekend National Executive Committee meeting in Irene outside Pretoria. Tension flared up again when the party's policy guru, Joel Netsenze, tabled a motion of no confidence. President as head of state. President Zuma survived after his allies strongly opposed the motion. South African trade unions will kick off its 4-day Central Committee meeting in Pretoria today. The Union Federation's alliance with the African National Congress is expected to take center stage. Now, this follows COSATU's decision to bar the president, Jacob Zuma, from addressing its activities. COSATU's decision follows the booing and heckling of the president during COSATU's main May Day rally in Bloemfontein earlier this month and prevented him from addressing the workers. Human Settlements Minister Lindiwe Sisulu has confirmed that she's being lobbied by some sections within the ANC to become the party's next president in December. She revealed this at the Limpopo ANC Veterans League Provincial Council in Polokwane.
Lindiwe Sisulu has confirmed that she is being punted by some branches to lead the oldest liberation movement. A responsibility, she says, she's willing to carry.
That is true. There are certain branches that have approached me very directly, and I had indicated to them that within the constitution of the ANC and within the policies of the ANC, we don't engage in name dropping, name calling before the policy conference is convened. For the reason that at the policy conference we then adopt the modus operandi. We indicate to our people how it may be done, what processes are followed, what may not be done, and we had all agreed as the NEC that we would all wait until the policy conference is convened.
And the Veterans League says it may be time for the ANC to look beyond the party for a new leader.
South Africa has got people who are capable of governing. It is not only members of the African National Congress that we should be thinking about. It is time that the African National Congress must realize that it can no more monopolize the politics of the country, that the president of ANC must automatically become the president of a country.
The veterans have, among other resolutions, resolved to monitor the government's willingness to implement the Land Restitution Act.
Meanwhile, ANC heavyweight Matthews Khoza says that South Africa's reputation is being damaged because of scandals involving the President Jacob Zuma. Khoza was accepting nomination to be the party's next president by the ANC's Mole sub-region for 12-1 in Limpopo. He again called for the president to step down.
Khoza says tabling motions of no confidence against the president will not help. He believes South Africans are already losing confidence in the ANC.
But it cannot be in our interest that every money we work
Mr. Zuma scandal, it's a Gupta scandal. The whole families are integrated in scandals. South Africa will crumble under the weight of the scandals which relate to our highest office in the country. So the NEC must smell the coffee as a whole, or they run the risk of people in this country losing confidence in their leadership.
Molemo, the sub-region, considers Posa a fit candidate to be president.
He's got a good name. He's credible. He's well read, and we believe that it is about time that the ANC is led by people who are of his caliber, more especially people who have actually looked into books.
An application by the Justice Minister Michael Masuta opposing the release of Janusz Wolusz on parole will be heard by the Supreme Court hearing today. And his late accomplice Clive Douglas were convicted for the 1993 assassination of the SACP leader Chris Hani. The High Court of Pretoria ordered Wolusz to be released from prison. Mr. Masuta's legal team is expected to argue that the High Court ruling be overturned on the basis of the serious nature of the crime. International news now. North Korea has fired another ballistic missile, raising tensions with the United States. Short-range missile flew for 6 minutes before landing in the Sea of Japan. The launch follows tough talks from the US President Donald Trump, who said last week that the problem of North Korea would be solved. In an exclusive interview with the SABC News, North Korea revealed that it would be forced to use its nuclear weapons should the country come under attack from the US and its coalition in the Korean Peninsula. The ambassador to South Korea, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, told the SABC News foreign editors of Buena that they have information that there is a plot to assassinate its supreme leader, Kim Jong-un.
The Democratic People's Republic of Korea, a closed book. And as tension escalates in the Korean Peninsula, there is a fear that it will use its nuclear weapons. During his trip to Europe, the American President Donald Trump sent a strong warning to DPRK.
We will really be particularly focused on the North Korean problem. It's a big problem, it's a world problem, and it will be solved. At some point, it will be solved. You can bet on that.
The country says it's ready to defend itself.
반대하는 핵전쟁 연습을 끊임없이 벌여놓고 있는 것과
When we say the nuclear weapons of the DPRK, it is the deterrent force, nuclear deterrence. So this nuclear deterrence will be used when the US first invaded the DPRK with the nuclear weapons, or strike the DPRK with the nuclear weapons. So these nuclear deterrents will be used to protect the families and the people and the DPRK, which entire family members of the DPRK love to the heart content.
The UN Security Council has been grappling with this matter. The world body has raised concerns. And the ambassador says there is a plot to assassinate its supreme leader.
또한 비중앙 정부가
So entire Korean people and also the army personnel of the DPRK believe the supreme leader, Comrade Kim Jong-un, as their own destiny, and we will defend our supreme leadership by rallying firmly behind him.
The US has denied these allegations. The world will continue to monitor the Korean Peninsula with the hope that a peaceful solution will be found. Sophie Mukwena, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Now coming back home, remember earlier we showed you our poll, and we want you to participate in that poll on the Twitter handle at SABC Newsroom as well as the Facebook page. We're asking you the question: should all convicted rapists and pedophiles be castrated? There you have it. Hashtag rape culture, hashtag child protection week, hashtag men are trash rape. So far we have let's go back to the poll quickly, just look at the numbers briefly. There we go. The poll says running numbers there. So let's take a look at what you are saying. Sequeng says no. One thing that should be improved is the justice system, because perpetrators know that in no time they will be released. This one from Atwell says it's all about teaching our children morals while they are still young. This rape crisis is a sign of moral decay and family degeneration. This one from Mr. Robot says, what happens if they've proven innocent? Do the accusers suffer cruel punishment too? Well, there you have it. These are some of your comments. You can keep them coming and let us know what's on your mind. As it is Child Protection Week, we want to know from you, is that perhaps possibly the answer to our problems that we have in this country?
We'll be talking to the Human Rights Commission about exactly that last tweet a little bit later. But right now, Elvis, we want to look at benchmarks internationally where this is being practiced. Of course, South Africa's violent crimes against women and children are well on the increase and were highlighted by several cases in the last couple of weeks. Indonesia, they've been facing the same kind of problem before a spate of similar and very brutal attacks brought about a public outcry to government for something to be done to protect the children in their country. Last year, the case that prompted the president in that country, Joko Widodo, to implement chemical castration was when a 14-year-old girl was brutally gang raped and then murdered while she was on her way home from school. That incident shocked the nation, and 6 months later, chemical castration for convicted pedophiles was passed. Widodo truly believes that this will wipe out this violent crime in their country. And with South Africa being considered one of the rape capitals of the world, is it about time we look at harsher punishments for rapists and bring the conversation to the forefront here in South Africa? Joining us now from our Pretoria studio this morning is the First Secretary for Information and Socio-Cultural Affairs at the Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia here in South Africa, Mr. Gunarman Nainggolan. A very good morning to you, Mr. Nainggolan. Thank you for being with us.
Very good morning to you too, and thank you for inviting me.
Can you maybe just set the scene for us and share the experience that Indonesia has gone through and what brought you to the point of chemical castration?
Well, as you have mentioned earlier, there was a case of a gang